Yo, what's up guys? Today I found a cheap little deal on Marketplace. Hopefully I can start the $500 series with this. And oh yeah. And look at Dad's new rims. Sheesh. F-150 looking right. Alright, let's go get this project. So me and Pa are back. We got the quad. But, god damn it, you guys. Just like these coils, I need to stare at pictures more, or something. Because we get the quad. I didn't even notice it when we were there. My dad did, but I didn't. Look at these bars, boys. Like, it was up in the air, and like, the bars were straight, and I didn't notice it. Yeah, so I just went and picked this up. It's a 110cc. It's a little quad. It came with a brand new Predator engine in the box. Hasn't even been started yet. So I have that. Or there's the 110cc that was originally on it, but it didn't have spark. Well, this is the wiring harness that came with it. So no shock that it didn't have shock. What we got here? Electronic tempo controller. So we got all this nonsense. I know that for my quad, what I needed mainly was this. This was here, which was nice to see. This little box on mine was up here. So I mean, I'm saying a lot of this and that because I don't know really the terminology to the shit. I mean, maybe I do and I just whatever. But yeah, we got some stuff, we got some parts. I want to make sure. I guess I'm not sure. I'm not going to say that. So what I really need to figure out is, do I want to mess with all the wiring and try to still utilize this engine? Because I'm assuming it still works. Judging by the quad, it just got crashed. And then the guy that sold it to me, he said it had a spark issue. So you could just ignore all of this. Fucking throw that somewhere else. And just slap the Predator on there. And I just have to hook up a throttle cable. But once we were home, let me stand back. The whole back is also bent. So I mean, you can see this piece down here is bent pretty bad. And the whole axle goes like this. There's a tiny little bend in this. It sits like that. So the handlebars are bent, but all the front components still turn and everything still works really good. So I mean, this whole shaft could get replaced. My dad thinks we could just heat it up and bend it back, but I think it'd be easier just to cut it halfway and then weld a new shaft on there. So yeah, that sucks that it's bent, but we still might be able to do something with it. I don't want to just throw this frame in the trash because it's bent. You know, I mean, it was super cheap. So I ended up picking this up for 175 bucks. Super cheap. So I've seen a lot of mini quad builds, like they take like pretty much golf cart tires and wheels and they put them on here, slam into the ground, move the, you know, like you'd have to move, probably take these mounts and put them on the top so that this would sit down way more. That's an idea. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. These tires and rims are the same size as what's on my Teo Teo. So, I mean, technically, I got rims and tires. I needed some of these caps. I got a motor, 175 bucks. It was a good deal at the end of the day. It just sucks that this frame is bent. But we could also take the Predator and just slap it straight on the doodle, you know? Because who knows what the hell's going on over here. Why this piece of shit won't start. I don't know what's going on with this. It's pissing me off. This cover's probably got to come off so I can see where these two wires are going. Because I'm assuming it's not getting spark, because I know it's getting gas. You can pull the gas line and gas is going absolutely everywhere. So yeah. Another day. Just an idea. I'm rambling. But I do think I want to try to straighten this out. At least give it my best shot before I just say it's not fixable. Because if it is fixable, it's cool. We'll just make a seat to go on here. Gas tank will sit there, obviously. Fuck the plastics, it didn't come with any. Yeah, I'm not sure. Million things running through my mind right now. And I don't know which one I want. But realistically, first things first, this thing's got to get up in the air and we got to try to straighten this end of the back end of the frame out, because if that doesn't happen, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like if I can't fix the bends, then what good is this to us? So I found an example of what I would want it to look like. I think that'd be a really cool route to go, especially since the frame is already bent. So we're gonna have to do so much modifications in the first place that, yeah, I just think something like that would be super cool. Shout out to this dude's YouTube. I know my GoPro's not picking it up. UFO Built Co. This thing is fucking sick. Can you guys see it? Can you see my vision? I'd say the main problem is this rear end. She's definitely mangled. For sure it's mangled. Look at trying to get those screws out of there. All fucking mangled up. We got her all strapped into the old. I bought this from my neighbor. Air jack, I guess. Bought that from him for 50 bucks when I moved in here. Used it a couple times. Definitely coming in clutch right now. Could even have my dad like weld a base off of it, like just a square in the middle, so it just comes in. Because the arms going out this way are kind of useless, but anyways, yeah, quads up. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do next. It kind of sucked when I took the wheels off. Some of these snapped off. Inside of this here. So what I'm thinking is there's nuts on the back for some reason. Lock washers. So maybe have my dad slap a big weld in here on all of them to hold this nut on, and then try to take that out from the back. It's really the only thing I can think of. Maybe I should have tried to take those lock washers off before. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. What's done is done. We'll figure that out later. But let's start getting the rear end off. Rear end is off the quad. Stripping her down. I mean, she was pretty much already stripped. You don't really need to take too much of the front end apart. I don't want to get too carried away with all this crap. I just kind of want to see if I can fix the main part. That rear end is really mangled, so if I can start to straighten some of that out and it goes back on here and it looks relatively straight, then I can start ripping this down and start caring about the cosmetics, making this look better. This is a simple fix, yada yada. You know, you guys know what I'm saying. Okay. So, I guess we just start taking this apart. I'm gonna go ahead and get this back part put back on here so I can take a look at it. I really want to go get my level and try to see if I can get all this level on here, but I'm not sure how well that's gonna work. But I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to square this frame out. I have no idea how to do that, but I'm gonna have to try to figure it out because we gotta get this thing squared up. Putting this back on, one of the first things I noticed is when I took this off, I wasn't on this side. Like I loosened, oh well, was not recording that. So when I took this off, I was on this side of the quad over here, and I didn't see that when this came off, there's supposed to be a centering. Jesus Christ, I keep not recording what I'm supposed to be doing. There's supposed to be a centering like washer that goes here that holds this center, and obviously without that there's quite a bit of play here. Like this side has it, has this lip on here. There's a lip on that and it goes right in there perfectly. Don't have that for the other side. Okay, so I tried to level it. Every time I leveled it here and I tried to level it here, I was just fighting back and forth. And if you rock it, like the whole thing, it changes it. But obviously it's not level 100%. No one's gonna claim that by any means, but it's straight enough for me to like stand here and look at it and I can see what is tweaked. That whole bottom part right here is really finagled. So start with that. So I'm just attempting to heat it up and straighten it out. This side is not really exactly straight, but it's a lot better than what it was. And then now this side, this was bent in really bad, so I just pulled this out to wave this out. So now we gotta try to work at that. I'm kind of just doing it off camera because it's gonna be a lot of time. I don't wanna make this video take forever. We have the rear end straightened out way more than what it was. I'll show pictures. And yes, that's pretty much the best we're gonna get it, I feel like. You just bend it here, you're bending in a different spot, yada yada yada. Pretty much you could cut these welds and weld a whole new plate on here. That'd be probably the most ideal thing to do, but I don't have a welder, so I'm not doing that. But down here, this piece was kind of like confusing me. So I was like, why is this on here? But they welded this nut here because this one must have broke off. So this left side is straight. Yeah, well, maybe a little knock here, but this is the side we need to worry about. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to straighten this side now the best that I can. Okay. So we have beaten the ever-living shit out of the back of this. I'm pretty sure I straightened it out a lot. Like a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower it down. So we have the quad on the ground. Man, that is so much better. It's like literally 1,000 times better. I don't think it's completely symmetrical, like, you know, teeter wise, but as far as being like back straight like this, oh my god, I don't know if the video this morning is going to do it any justice. It was ridiculously tweaked. This whole thing kind of isn't going to be perfectly straight, because I mean it is tweaked so bad, but we can still do what we want with it, whether it be, I'm shooting for a mini quad. I really want it to be that mini quad. Then it'd be cool because I'd have extra tires and rims for my Teo, my hot bitch over there. And then I'd have stuff for the river. But then you wouldn't have to put all that side stuff back on. I'd make a seat. These bars will do, but they just gotta get stood back up. But hell yeah. We have the rear end straightened out. That was just a big thing. I did not think I was gonna be able to do that. So, a lot of hammering and we'll just call this the mini quad build, because you know in my heart that that's what I want it to be. And I'm not even gonna keep it. This is supposed to be the flip quad, so hopefully I don't fall in love with it and would not want to get rid of it, because that's not the point. But yeah, mini quad build, 175 bucks. We got the Predator on the shelf. That's it for today. I got really nothing else. So like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and let's finish up this mini quad.